right, so that's the music video for the song 12 to 12 by singer SOMBR. He's a rising pop star. If you're not familiar, you may have seen at this year's MTV VMAs, but he's also smack dab in the middle of some social media drama, and it's all because of a show that he did right here in Washington, D.C.
Hi guys, good morning, welcome back. This is going to be a little different than my typical content, but I had one of the worst experiences of my life this weekend, and it feels like a disservice to the public to not share it, so here we go. I went to go see SOMBR Sunday night at the Anthem in DC. If you don't know who SOMBR is, he's a 20-year-old artist. He blew up online, I think on TikTok. He has a lot of hits. I like a lot of his music. A lot of people my age like a lot of his music, whatever. I was really excited to go see him. I don't really go to concerts that often unless I really love an artist. I was so excited to see this performance. By far, genuinely the worst concert I've ever been to in my life for a multitude of reasons, but I'm going to explain to you why, if you're over the age of 16, you should not spend your money on a SOMBR concert. I mean, what?
So that's Megan, and that was just a portion of her 8-minute TikTok that slammed the show, and it went viral. So viral, in fact, the singer himself saw it and responded.
I thought I was chronically online, but it's just come to my attention that there's a TikTok drama going around because a 25-year-old attended my concert and was basically complaining that there were too many tweens there, I was making too many brain rot jokes, and she just thought it was a cringe concert. And also she was body shaming me, and it's kind of started a massive body shaming hate train directed towards me on a lot of videos of me on the internet right now, which is, I totally respect people having opinions, but I am a 20-year-old artist, freshly 20. And if you're 25 years old and you're gonna come to my concert and not expect people younger than you to be there when I, the artist, am 5 years younger than you, it's just a skill issue. I mean, also, like, the jokes thing, like, you had to have known about my online presence before coming to my concert. I mean, anyone who knows me knows I've never uttered a serious word in my life. And also, I make jokes for 5 minutes of the concert, and the rest is music. Like, live a little, enjoy life.
So, the back and forth eventually made headlines in papers like USA Today, and tonight, the freshly 25-year-old behind it all, Megan, joins us now to talk all about the drama. Megan, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
That was pretty good. That was a good entry. That was good.
Happy to. Thank you for having me. That was good. Good clip.
Okay, so
smooth.
admittedly, I stole that directly from your TikTok because you put that in your bio.
I did change my bio to freshly 25.
You did your research. I like that. I like that, Chris.
So, Megan, let me start off by asking, why was it the worst concert of all time?
Like I said in the video, multitude of reasons. Number one, the audience was much younger than I anticipated. His music gave me more of a mature vibe. I didn't think it would be like pop star Justin Bieber type vibes, but my boyfriend and I went, and everyone there was really young, like between the tween range to like 16 years old was the majority there. And they're young, so they just don't really know concert etiquette, bumping into people, screaming, stuff like that was annoying. But he also made a lot of brain rot jokes. I knew that he was kind of like a younger brain rot guy, but I didn't think his whole concert would be filled with it. I just kind of thought it'd be a normal concert experience. And then when I did notice that the crowd was younger, he was making a lot of jokes that weren't just brain rot but more inappropriate, and that just rubbed me the wrong way too. So altogether, I decided to leave early. The concert also wasn't great. His music wasn't great. His voice, I think he was having a tough time because of bronchitis apparently, but there was a lot of different things wrong with it, a lot more wrong than right in my opinion. So it was kind of a tough watch, and I did have to exit the venue a little early.
If you were to look at sort of the balance of the experience, right? Thinking about, okay, the artist performance and then just like the environment of people, because again, we all get impacted by just like the nuisances, the people around us. Like sometimes we just want to just enjoy a concert and just people bumping into us, or the kind of kinetic nature of it can really make it awful. Was it, like, let's say for example, there were a much better audience, or more, I would say, appropriate and not as rude. Would you have stayed at the concert, or was the music just like bad enough for it's like, hey, I would have left anyway?
I think I would have stayed. There was a pretty significant backtrack, honestly. So if even his voice was not the best that day, I probably would have stayed. I think it was the overall environment. The problem with the performance itself that made me leave was like the breaks in it for jokes. And there was a segment he did where people called up their ex to talk on stage on the phone, call their ex. And that like kind of made a lull. It made it like tiring. Everyone got awkward. So the performance itself, the breaks, the jokes were what killed it, but not the actual singing, I would say, though his voice probably was lacking.
Like the overall environment, okay.
So,
Yeah.
so Megan, I have it on good authority, though. You were not the oldest person there because our Fox 5 colleague, Angie Goff, who
right.
anchors our 10 o'clock, otherwise I
Right.
would have roped her into this conversation.
Oh, that would be fun.
She was there, too. And I talked to her earlier today, but admittedly, she brought her 15-year-old daughter, and she said that her 15-year-old daughter and her friends really enjoyed the show. I kind of have a two-part question for you. Do you think the concert experience might be changing for people younger than us? And also, you know, our vice president here, Kyle Carmine, also is a fan of SOMBR, and he's a few years older than me. But he said that, you know, he might not actually even have a full repertoire of songs at this point to really put on a full concert. So do you think that might have explained some of the, like, shtick?
Yeah, definitely. So 2 points. I think through posting this online and getting the feedback, I've learned the answers to both these questions. The first one being the concert environment shifting. A lot of the feedback I got from people all over the internet was saying they've noticed this with a lot of popular pop stars today. So I don't want to name specific ones, but other
Name
big
'em.
headlines.
Name them.
Tate McRae,
Oh
Sabrina
my
Carpenter.
I'm sorry,
Like
I'm just
people
having a
in
little
the
fun.
same vibe, same shtick. They noticed that they went to the concerts expecting kind of a normal, I would say normal concert age range, and
Yeah.
they saw a lot of younger fans. So I mean, if I was going to see like Justin Bieber, I would expect to see that age range, right? But just listening to SOMBR's music, as your president, I think you said, listens to it, you wouldn't expect that that's like that vibe, I don't think. A lot of the feedback I got was, if you follow him on social media, you know that, but I don't think a lot of people follow their favorite singers on social media. Like, I don't follow any singers, I don't think, on social media. So I listened to his music, I loved his vibe, I loved his music, wasn't expecting that. I think all concerts are shifting younger. I don't know if that's an economic thing. I don't know if it's because maybe parents have more income, like disposable income for their children to go to concerts than, say, people my age range when we're, you know, paycheck to paycheck, or I don't really know how that would break down or why, but I've gotten that feedback a lot. What was your second point again? Sorry.
Well, okay, so my second part is kind of your reaction to the reaction to your video. What was that like?
Yeah.
And then how did you find out he responded, and how did that feel?
I'm kind of fascinated by that too.
Well, he didn't tag me. He didn't let me know, but other people did. So on my videos, I started getting a lot of comments that were like, wake up. I was asleep, but they were like, wake up. He reposted it, or he didn't repost it, he replied. And that was how I found out, and then I had to go to his page and watch the review. Terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I started this endeavor, posting my experience with like 30,000 followers on TikTok, a minuscule amount in the world of online. He has 4-point-some million. So that was terrifying. I didn't know what to expect when I watched it. But honestly, once I did watch it, I was more confused. And if I'm being completely honest, it felt like kind of an easy layup PR-wise on my end, because like I felt like he dropped the ball a little bit and it didn't really address anything. I was kind of expecting to get a lot of backlash, a lot of hate, and I got the opposite. I got a lot of support. So initially terrified, but then after watching his actual video, not so scared anymore.
Interesting. And when you look at, I mean, again, the content that you're creating, again, I'm on social media as a creator, TikTok and Instagram, and it can be scary, like, talking about certain topics, and, you don't want to get too much into the rage bait of life. That's tough, right, for us all to deal with. But when you look at maybe the response, again, like how people really kind of, in a good way, praising your analysis, does this potentially change your content where you might go into more like musical reviews? You might talk about more of like pop culture stuff? Like, is there an opening that you think to kind of change your content, if you will, or maybe have a new series?
And I'll piggyback off of that. Do you hope that artists might kind of take something away from this and maybe rethink the shows that they're going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, for the artists rethinking things, I think he already has. I saw some videos of people posting about his Denver show yesterday, and he changed a lot of the jokes that I called inappropriate or behaviors that I didn't love as much. So maybe he already has taken that feedback. I'm not sure. And I think artists learning from him should know maybe how to reply to criticism. I don't think it was the smartest play on his behalf. Yeah. Tony, for your question, I don't think I'm going to pivot into concert reviews. I posted majority political content.
Oh,
And I
okay.
think there's a lot more important things going on in the world. I didn't mean to start a war on social
No,
media
no.
with my video. I really just wanted to put out kind of a warning to people my age that the concert might not be the vibe that they were expecting. So no big shift for
No
me
shift?
right now, but
I mean, it's
maybe
needed, I think.
there's an opening in the future.
I mean, I think part of it's needed because I mean, I'm very nostalgic, and I think there's a really good point that you're making, where it's like there is this shift, where I mean, it happens with comics too. The younger comics, they're doing a lot of crowd work now, which is kind of similar to what you're doing, like the bits. I want some more
Yes.
jokes. I want some more music. So I'm with you on that, because for me, usually I'm not the biggest fan of, like, you know, the call out back and forth between creators, but I do think you're right on something when it comes to the nostalgia. We got to bring back some of the real art. So I think this is a
If
really
it's
good
done
step.
correctly, I love it.
Right.
A tasteful comedy
Yeah.
portion, good on you. But it became a lull. It was like 30 minutes of kids on stage calling their exes, and
Yeah,
for
that's
us
ridiculous.
who can't relate and don't find that super entertaining, it was kind of like, do I leave now? My favorite songs aren't going to happen until the end of the show. I
Yeah.
know that because all the big songs are. So at what point do I call it a night? But everyone just kind of got tired. I just think he has to find that balance, maybe, and I think most
course.
performers do. There's nice balance to cater to both sides.
Right, and
Absolutely.
like to take it as good feedback. I mean, listen,
A real learning experience, clearly. Megan, we're always looking for political
Yes, yes.
contributors too here on
Please come on with us.
Live Zone
Seriously.
Prime Time, as you can
Talking
imagine.
Will
shutdown
do.
and everything.
I got enough of those on my page too.
Listen, if people want more Megan, how do they find you?
I am at Meganator _ on all platforms.
I like that.
So
All right.
if you want to search me up, please don't come into my comments hating on me, but
No.
I'll welcome it if you are. That's okay.
All right.
More music reviews. I would like to see it. I'm
That's
just
right.
saying.
Tony's here for it. Megan, thank you so much for spending some time with us tonight.
Take care.
Thank you both so much. This is great.